Okay. All right, let's all take some deep breaths. So as we go into any process, we want to enter it sacredly. So we prepare our beans. We might burn the candles or set up our crystal altar, or burn a little sage or incense, whatever works for you. But, setting some intention, right? Also, taking deep breaths helps you to come into your center, remember? That's what we mean by grounding and centering. So I also like to say rooting and centering, because we literally go below the surface, deep into our Earth Mother, right? So I'm going to start us off with a little prayer that I do in a lot of my dragon healing sessions. It also has different ascended masters. Ascended masters are beings of light that used to have bodies but have ascended, okay? And they come in a spirit form to help us. And so we have around us, our guardian angels and guides, and you're going to meet your Reiki guide today. And then in our power animals, okay, so we have beings that are around us in our field that are there for us. A lot of them came in at birth. A lot of them we gain as we go through processes like this, all right? As you go higher up, you're getting into like the fairy realm, the starseed realm, and like the 4D. And then you get up into greater ascended masters and angels, and then you have archangels as we get higher. And then there's dragons also in each of these layers. When you take the Dragons of Avalon class, we talk a lot about that. There's also a lot of books out there about dragons, right? But potentially they could be archangels, right? Things with wings. When we think of things with wings, they're all encompassing and loving. But I think humans also tend to put wings on things, during certain times. Just like in the Victorian era, the fairies became of a certain more friendly character, right? Because they were also portrayed as a dark at some points. And, the truth is there's light and darkness in everything. And so what Reiki is then is bringing the light into those areas that are less than light. All right, that's one way to think of it. And Reiki then is love, and we're channeling the love frequency. So I'm going to get into a prayer. And so whatever beings that you work with, and then of course we have source out there on top, right? And so whatever beings you work with and whatever comes through for you is for you, okay? So if this prayer doesn't align, that's okay. However, you may feel some energies around you as we bring them in. And that's also how I like to start my Reiki sessions, bringing in beings of light. Okay, good. Coming into your breath, you may close your eyes if you like, or stare off the tip of your nose. Grounding your feet. Into the north, we call on Isis and the Platinum Dragons. Just make sure you're muted. To the northeast, we call on Hathor and the Hathor Star Nation and the Golden Stargate Dragons. To the east, we call on Green Tara and the Elemental Dragons. To the southeast, we call on Mother Mary and the Blue Sapphire Dragons. To the south, we call on Mary Magdalene, the Order of the Magdalena, and the Magdalena Dragons. To the southwest, we call on Kuan Yin, her sacred lotus waters, and Kuan Yin's pink dragons of compassion. To the west, we call on White Buffalo Woman and White Buffalo Star Nation and the Thunder and Lightning Dragons. To the northwest, we call on Sophia Goddess, the Pearlescent Seraphim, and Sophia's Dragons to consecrate our sacred spaces in our individual containers, cleaning out what no longer serves us, removing all negative entities, fractals thereof, manipulations, viruses, remote viewers, parasites, and nanotechnology. Moving it all back to the divine. We ask for the ultimate protection through all space-time continuum and all dimensions and parallel realms, opening our hearts to awareness. And so it is. Good. All right. I thought we would go through, oh, my feet are tingling. I thought we would go through a few exercises today to open up our energy, and I'm even scratching. It's like abundance, the energy that can come into the body, right? So let's do a little seated yoga, okay? You could sit on the edge of your bed, the edge of your chair, or in a lotus position. And we're just going to sort of move into the hips a little bit. So we'll do our circles, okay? I would go greater. I'm going to back up. Hold on. Really must demonstrate. Here we go. And what I like to do is inhale as I'm forward, exhale as I go back, right? You might even pull in the navel here at this point. Big full breaths. And we go the other way. Little body movement is great. All those chakras, remember, connected to the spine. Also, it helps us release, any stuck things in the cells, emotions, even mental thoughts. Good. Bring your hands to the knees, and now we're going to flex the pelvis forward and back. Inhale forward, exhale back, pull in the navel. And then you decide if you want to pick up the pace. Try and just focus on the low body. Good. Inhale. Nice. And a little gentle twisting. I want you to really lift the spine right at the solar plexus, the diaphragm area. Okay, you're going to lift from the root up to there, and then twist the body. Focusing on lifting the heart now. Now your gaze will come last, okay? So first you're twisting from the base. Take a deep breath. Inhale, expand. Front and back of the body. Exhale, draw in the navel. And again, inhale, expand. Maybe you twist a little more, breathing into heart now. Good. And it's like you're wringing out a washcloth. You're allowing the organs to get a little massage. Eventually, your gaze will come off your back shoulder. But at first, your back hand might be to the side, and that's okay too. All right. Big breath, inhale, exhale to center. Breathe in again. Exhale, other side. Again, begin at the base. Take your time, big breaths. All those 72 vertebrae. Take your time. And in between are all those little mini chakras. Good. Lift the heart. Now it's important to not let the chin go way up in the air, but to drop it slightly so that the back of the neck is getting lengthened. Good. Back to center. Inhale. Notice how you feel in between exercises, okay? All right, remember last time we did like a quick twist. Anytime you're doing a forward fold, you're getting in the legs. You can also take an opposite foot, hand to that foot, And this will help cross your energy in a beautiful X. And then from there, you can just fold. That's your seated cradle. It really gets in the hips, right? And you can do this on the wall, on your back. There's many ways to do cradle, even standing, squat into it. Good, big breaths. Bring it up. Let's do the other side because that one is so important. Now, if you have trouble getting your leg up there, that's okay. Maybe at least touch the hand to the opposite foot, right? I even like to put my fingers within the toes. That's another mudra, right? Inhale, really lift, okay? Reach that heart forward. Now, what you're feeling is the pelvis tilting, the belly's relaxing, and you're sinking into your hip, getting, that piriformis muscle right in the glute, right? It wraps around that low back, and we'll feel that when we're in pain. And when you get that low back pain, it's root chakra issues, it's worrying about your abundance and things like that. All right, bring it up. Good. Okay, let's do a little snake spine now. Imagine you got a little S going. Breaths. These are also great exercises to work on to move the kundalini up the spine. And you might find that these things are easier after all your Reiki attunements anyway. All right, go the other way if you can. Might be a little harder. All right, come to center. Take a breath. Notice how you feel. Notice where you've moved the tension to another part of the body. Sometimes we do that where we'll tense up in the jaw, hands, the shoulders. Let that go. Also notice where you're stiff. That's going to be an indication of what chakras need work, right? What's really wonderful is I think I've met in person like 80% of you. A couple of you are from my yoga teacher programs way back in Tampa. Some of my old Reiki students. I just love it. And some people that are my best friends and people I've met, like Kyoko and on the New Year. Yeah, and then some of you are my Reiki students repeating, and that's wonderful. And then two of you, Jennifer and Dory, are my childhood friends. I think that's amazing. So we're all this beautiful container, right? Uplifting one another, healing the planet. Let's get into the heart. So I like to interlace the fingers and bring them out. Remember, this is another one of our mudras. If you bring it to heart and open. Big breath opens you all the way up to the veins, arteries. I'm going to do a nice little video of mudra demonstration with some yoga as well. All right, bring it out again. Make a little space for your arms. Roll the shoulders back. You're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Keep it going. Now, I like to go at a quick pace. It opens up my shoulders. Women tend to slouch. Good. Now do as much as you can today, right? We build up to this. Lower, release the hands. Just bring the hands to thighs, palms up. Take a deep breath. All right, my other favorite one for the heart. It's called Flying High. Remember, these are in your chakra manual. All right. If there's ever one you need demonstrated, let me know, but I'll demonstrate all them in some videos for us. Okay, so you create your little angel wings, your bird wings here. The thumbs are behind. All right. And you're going to inhale, shoulders and head go back. You're lifting the heart. You're lifting the front of this chakra. Exhale, arch the back, elbows come forward, and now you're exercising the back of that heart. Good, let's repeat. Inhale, exhale. We'll start off slow and then pick up the pace. Do these every day and you're going to feel like a warrior, I'm telling you. Good, pick it up. Good, lower, deeper. Notice your feet ground. Notice your energy. And so, ideally, as we do, these exercises, we eventually open up to those peaceful, loving energies. That's also the Reiki energy. You're supposed to feel happy and blissful. That's why we're here. Okay. So let it in. All right, let's go into the throat. Palms up. Remember the thumb come at the base of pinky, both sides, palms are up, okay? And you're gonna inhale, your head goes left, I might be opposite. And your arms are flat, and then exhale, head goes right, arms come up like a goalpost. All right, this is for the throat and thyroid. Take your time, stop if you get dizzy, left and lower, right and up. Good. Keep breathing, still lifting the heart center. We want to keep our spines long, the vertebrae stacked. Going at your pace. Good. And let's lower the arms. Bring your chin to chest. Rock your head gently side to side. Bring it up to center. Oh yeah, big breath. Good. And now let's do what I like to do to relax the jaw, okay? We hold a lot of tension here, sometimes we need a massage back here, right? But this is literally just opening the face. So we do mwah, mwah. I know it feels ridiculous. Give it again. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And then you go, ee, oh, ee, oh. And then you blow like a horse. So let's do that again. Mwah, 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 mwah. Really get up into those cheeks, right? And then, ee, oh, ee, oh, ee, oh. 2 more times, blow it out. 1 more round. Oh, just like a little motorboat, get it out. All right, let's come into third eye, the center of our head, behind your eyes. Also begins, right here at the beginning of eyebrows. You'll feel little indentations there. So remember, we have our main chakras that are housed within the body. We have minor ones. So we have little ones around the face, around the ears. We have higher chakras, little nodes, right, in the lungs and kidneys, but also around the digestive organs, soles of feet, palms, right, all up and down the spine. But also I'm going to teach you in our next Reiki 2 level that our eyes can heal, and we're going to talk about how to do that. It's going to be really cool. All right, third eye. Bring your hands to prayer pose. So when we're bringing our hands together, we're bringing all of our energy in. And then, so for some people, the whole bowing is perhaps some people think you're disconnecting in the crown chakra, whereas Hawaiians greet by knocking foreheads. You know, everybody has different ways of greeting, right? But indeed, this is almost like a closing off, and it is for you, but it can also be reverence, right? And a bow. However, in the Hindu tradition, when we do, you know, our bows to beings in the temples, which we might have been to, you literally go on the floor in child's pose and it's the forehead to the ground, right? So I feel and believe, my belief, once again, is that when we come together, all of our energy meridians that are coming off the hands are coming in to ourselves. Right? So this is a really great way to start to come into your center. Now, right where the thumbs are is another little indentation. You might just place them there. And you don't have to press hard. However, if there was a tenderness in any spots on the body, I do like to work it out, you know, do that attention on yourself. All right, so now take those thumbs and bring it to the beginning of those eyebrow center right there. Okay, so it's like so. You know, additionally, it could be like so at the third eye when we bring in energy. But for today and now, I want you to bring those thumbs right there. Right. And now we're going to do a chant. It's Anga, A-N-G. This is a Kundalini yoga thing. Ready? Take a big inhale, and then we're going to Anga like that. Ready? Inhale. Anga. Right, and if you remember, we did eye circles. That was another good one. Also helps to strengthen the physical eye. Right? The one for our crown. For today, we'll do the one we did last time. The other one is a little more advanced, so we'll get into that. So for now, give yourself that hug. You're going to inhale, you're going to rock back. Exhale, rock forward. Letting the crown be in the flow. Releasing all of the goodness in the pineal gland. Really come into yourself here. Tune in, eyes resting between eyebrows gently. And I want you to feel and sense your being. Really sink into the spine. How it feels when you rock back and forth as if your being were fluid. Okay. Excellent. Bring in your hands now to your lap. I'm feeling a heart mudra today for us. So bring your thumb and pinkies together. Now rest that into your lap, palms up, thumb and pinkies. And now we're going to do a gland breath. We're going to inhale for the 8 sniffs. Exhale 1 long breath. All the energy is coming up and getting concentrated. Count 2 sets of 4. Follow me when you're ready, taking in just enough air so you can get to the top of your 8th sniff. It takes practice. Here we go. Eventually we'll do 16, okay? So practice these at home. Inhaling. Exhale. Eyes maybe soft gaze at third eye. Keep going. Three more rounds. One more. Good. Take a big inhale. Beautiful. Woohoo. All right. So we are going to open the chakras with sound. So remember our additional handout that I gave you guys with the alarm bombs, right? Well, in addition to that, we have the crimes and the vines and the all the other ones. And it's very interesting to feel the effects of it on the body. And it's okay if you don't have it, just follow along with me, okay? Here we go. Notice how it feels. And again, maybe mark or notice if this is an area that you need to work on, okay? Good. I just want to remind everybody to mute themselves. I feel like somebody isn't. Here, I got you. I muted everybody. Okay, here we go. So we know about Om, so let's start there. Om is connecting us into the flow, divine crown, right? Let's do 3 rounds. Remember, it begins at the back of throat, goes up into palate, and ends at the lips. Now, this is also going to expand the lungs. It's going to center the mind and everything else. Bring in an energy. So here we go. Inhale. Oh. Good. And now we're going to do cream. Cream is what I use to work with Kali. She really brings in the lower chakra energy. Ready? Cream. Inhale. Cream. 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 Nice. You're also going to feel that in the third eye. All right, let's do Harim, which is the throat, the palate, the nose, all this in the upper. This is going to be really great for sinuses. Ready? Harim, H-R-E-E-M. Here we go. Inhale. Harim. 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 Notice how you feel. All right, let's do Shreem for the heart. Shreem is Lakshmi's chant, the goddess of abundance and love. S-H-R-E-E-M. Inhale. Shri. Notice your energy. All right, we're going to do one more. That one was peaceful. Still vibing it. Let's do this one. It's like calm, but hum. And you can do any octave that works for you, okay? We tend to vibrate the divine essence and being that wants to come through. So let it come through. Let it be wonky. It's okay. All right. This is for you. Okay. Hrum, like calm, strengthening the ribs, also purging a little bit in the lower lungs and the small intestines. Hrum, like calm. Inhale. Hrum. 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 Good. We're literally opening our lungs and doing these exercises. You know, it's also going to help with lung conditions, right? All right. All right, I want to do this one. It's Kaleem for second chakra, relationships. It's the Hindu goddess Gauri, the cow goddess. All right. Kaleem. Kaleem. Here we go, inhale. Kaleem. Clean. Did you feel that? Just enjoying in the belly. Just chanting that is actually going to work your abdominals. Okay. All right, we're going to do kidneys. Kidneys are the organ of the season. If you read the Air and Detox book, we overwork the kidneys when we're trying to stay warm. We drink more water, right? So this is rhyme. Like rhyme, but rhyme. All right. Notice if you feel it back there. Here we go. Inhale. Rhyme. Rhyme. Yay, all right. Rub your hands together. Stomp your feet. All right, let's get a little water in us. Anytime we're chanting, you know, we're also working that throat chakra. And it might get a little aggravated first as you practice, okay? You're also going to be able to expand the lungs more the more you practice breathing. And remember that breath, right? You might feel and know it comes like this in a big loop-de-loop around the front and back of the body. But you're also really expanding that low body and then taking it up to chest, right? So we have this bellows effect. And you really sense and perceive this when you're on your back. And you bring one hand to heart and one hand to belly. And it's a great way for beginners to practice breathing. I teach kids to do that as well. Yeah, it's amazing. All right, my turn. Big gulp. Okay, so essentially every time we meet, we're going through some exercises that are in that chakra ebook and that additional handout that had the chants that I posted last week. If you go in the group, you go to files. And I know Janine is the only one that's not in the group, so I'll make sure to get what you need by email, okay? But if you go into files, that's where everything is, okay? Good. And please also note that today's Reiki 1 pages got upgraded. If you did print the old ones, it's just some pictures. So yeah, computers, fun and tricky. And so also that I want to mention and that we have colors of the rainbow, right? These are our chakras. But guess what? These are also notes. And so each chakra has a note associated with it. So I'm going to post this chart. So those of you that are musicians are really going to dig that. And then remember there's different hertz and vibrations, right? And so different vibrations are going to affect the organs in different ways, but as well as our emotions and thoughts that are of lower vibration, right, affect our organs if we stay in that state for long periods of time, right? And so what Reiki does is it helps bring things back to their original vibration. Okay. And so I don't know if you happen to look at the testimonials on my page, but I had a couple on there I want to talk about. And one of them was I was Reiki attuned in 1999 in Santa Monica, and I was already into yoga and health and earth loving, and it really settled with me, right? I actually got a flyer in the mail and I was called to go. Okay. It was across the street from me at a hotel. I canceled my girls' trip for the weekend and I went, right? And I ended up having the tools for Reiki. After my Reiki 1 attunement, I felt a lot of energy going on, especially in the Kundalini. I went for a walk the next day. It was a little hard to sleep. I was a little excitable. I went for a walk the next day. All the animals were following me. You know, you go through situations where the lights start flickering, and as your energy is shifting, okay, so we're going to be working with your vibration and your spirit and all these fields. Your physical essence is going to come into alignment, okay. I like effects and sounds, okay. It should have been a video game. And so that's what Reiki's doing, is it's bringing in a higher vibration, okay. So the more you work with it, the stronger it becomes, all right? And the cleaner your vessel is for it, the stronger it becomes. And so for level 1, it's like you are flicking the light switch on, okay? And you're going to begin to perceive things in your hands and around your being, and we're going to feel it after our attunement, all right? And if there's anything on a physical level that's going on with you, let's say maybe you practice on your animals and plants, okay, maybe your loved ones, right? If so, somebody's having a hard time. I'll have to see why later, sorry. So if if you practice on a loved one, okay, even after this first attunement, you're going to ask their permission. All right. So we have all these in the Reiki 1 manual that we're going to discuss. So people have to be ready for it. Okay. But if you work on someone that needs some physical healing or yourself, you are going to really feel the heat start coming out of the hands. All right. You might feel tingling. You might feel a vibration. You might just know. Okay, so the more you then get up leveled in our levels, you're going to begin feeling more. And then you're going to be able to affect deeper. So after level 2, you're also affecting the emotional and mental layers. So now almost everything physical has emotional and mental roots, right? And so we have to realize that when we have our Reiki 2 now, we're healing things at a deeper root cause. It's really beautiful, hopefully before it's even manifested in the physical. Okay. Reiki 3, we're then clearing out the rest of the layers 4 through 7 and up, especially as we get up into our advanced levels towards the end of our weeks. And our vibrations then are going to be growing and getting bigger. Okay. Through this process, you might be doing a physical detox, which is why I asked you to do a detox diet. However, that there might be emotions around the things you're eating, okay, and your behaviors, right? So those might also come up for you in that thing. But you're going to want to take care of yourself more. It's going to feel really great. You're going to feel more aligned with your physical self. So it's ideally good. So when we think about our chakras now, let's do another one of the exercises where we're going to spin our chakras. Okay, and this is in page 26 of the chakra book. It's one of those exercises. It's not Reiki related, it's shamanistic, but it's, when we have these other tools that we're adding to it, right, we're allowing ourselves to go at deeper levels of awareness. Okay, good. Somebody's really upset. Oh, somebody's just getting kicked out. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so remember when we were spinning with our pendulum, our chakras, right? The sound is weird. Yay, can you hear me now? Hold on, let me go into the chat. Better. Okay, good. Yeah, and when we start talking about those higher vibrations, it does that. It goes in and out. I even have myself positioned closer to the Wi-Fi today because of what happened last time. Yeah, but let me know. Please hit me up if you guys aren't hearing me. Okay, so remember our chakras are, so here I'm at my throat. Let's see if you can perceive it in this lighting. Here, I'll go like so. All right. So for me, it's spinning clockwise. Okay. So when I think about spinning it clockwise, my right hand's coming in, okay, and I'm going like this with it. Whereas my left hand will take it counterclockwise. All right, so just see, feel, and know, okay, in this exercise. So we're going to start with our left hands. Now, I'm assuming everybody's right-handed. If not, switch it up. So you're taking your non-dominant hand, and we're coming to the root. So just open up the legs, all right? Go right a little bit in between that root there. Remember, the root's going to go down to knees and everything. And so I'm spinning it. My fingers are pointed this way at it with my non-dominant hand, and I'm spinning it counter. Okay? You can add to this by taking, a big bad boy crystal and doing that. But ideally, and for this class, we got big Reiki empowered hands. Okay. I'm spinning it counterclockwise, and then I'm just sort of flicking it out somewhere. Okay. So you got a little portal of energy, imagine a little tube or a little bucket that you're putting in your gunk. All right. Deep breaths, flicking. It's also good to think to yourself, cleanse, clear, right? I'm just flicking it somewhere obvious so you can see me. Okay, shake it out, shake it out. This is a really great thing to do in the shower, by the way. Why not, right? Take advantage of all our time. Right hand, your dominant hand now is going to go the same area, and you're going to spin it clockwise. Take your deep breaths. While you're down there, you're also practicing that feeling and perceiving. You might also be sensing other parts of the body turning on, aching. Pay attention. Awareness here. Maybe your circles are getting a little bigger, maybe a little slower. Remember, this chakra spins a little slower. Take a deep breath. All right. Belly chakra. So you have your navel, your belly button, so it's going to be below it always. Now, when we're working on other people, we'll notice everybody has different space and lengths and torsos and parts, right? But we'll get into that. So know your body for today, right? Left hand on dominant hand, counterclockwise spin. This one you tend to feel easier. It's a big perception center. Take your deep breaths. Get a big old clump of gunk, flick it. I also imagine each little finger is like magnets and things are pulling out that way. Swords and darts and metal and gunk, implants, whatever. Can also appear like silly string, right? We're going to really get into it today. All right, flick, flick, flick. Again, notice how it's feeling in the body. Right now, I'm feeling it in my throat. Hormones to hormones, right? So you're going to see that correlation. Again, something in the lower body might be affecting the upper chakras. All right, right hand, dominant hand, spin it back. Whatever feels right to you, okay? Relax. And it's with intentions and knowing. I like to think of it as recalibration, recentering, winding up all the parts, healing all the spokes of the wheel. Right? That one gave me a big breath. That's usually a big indication that you've cleared something out. All right. Okay, now we're coming into solar plexus, diaphragm area, right where the ribs meet, right? And just see if you'll know you're getting the backside too. Okay. I'm gonna move my pearls. All right. Go ahead. Non-dominant hand, spinning it, count. Tune in, maybe close your eyes. Your eyes take in about 80% of your perception. So when you close them, you're allowing yourself to use your other perception. Breath, really flick it, pull it out, however that you want to do that. Maybe you're really yanking something out. Maybe you're giving it a little flick, a little shake. Good. Spin it back, recalibrating. Dominant hand, centering, aligning. Noticing how you feel. Exhale when nauseous, if needed. Also grounding in the feet. Coming to heart, right? Right at one of those indentations, right in between, generally the nipple line. left non-dominant hand. Now, you can even go all the way to nipples. You can even all the way go to the higher heart. And, sense and perceive it at its core for a moment. Imagine, see, feel, know that you're letting it go. Giving it up. You are your own guru, your own master. Jaya Guru Devi. That means victory to the inner teacher. Good. All right, right hand. Recalibrating. My candle just decided to smell good. Those are those loving mother energies. Sometimes we smell roses, flowers. Go get yourself some flowers. All right. Coming into throat. All right. All of this, right? All the jaw, ears. Okay. Non-dominant hand, spinning at counter. Now I know it gets a little confusing when you're looking down and stuff. So just see, feel, and know. I like to imagine I'm just going, just pulling it this way, pulling it out. Knowing my non-dominant hand is doing what it's supposed to do. It's almost as if we're backwashing the chakra. We're allowing things to come to the surface. We are letting it go. Open the jaw, open the back of throat. That's right. Okay, other side. Spinning, recalibrating. Honoring where you're at today. Good. It's a journey, right? Notice if you're, all those things, pay attention. Okay, third eye in the center of your head behind your eyes, okay? And just focus on that forehead area. Non-dominant hand, giving it a backwash spin, ideally counterclockwise. Flick. Let the breath assist. The breath is a little prana mana key, remember? It's moving the energy. Whenever we're holding the breath, we're missing out on opportunities to heal, all right? Sometimes those breaths need to be big and exhale greatly. Those are those cleansing ones. Let it go. I've been in workshops where everybody's yelling even, let it go. You're at home. All right. Calibrate it back. Dominant hand. Give it a good spin. That's right. Blissful, blissful feelings that come from here. This is your master gland. It operates all the other glands. Crown chakra. Here we go. Non-dominant hand. Yep. See, feel, and know. See what feels right. Pull it out. Put it in your barrel. Put it in your bucket, your portal. I imagine it's black usually. Black, sucks up the energy. Sometimes healers wear white, depending on the tradition. Sometimes they wear black, like in the Taoism, medical Qigong, different things might wear white. Okay, do the other hand. This gives a whole new meaning to wax on, wax off, right? That's right. Our energy is like silly putty. It really does what we tell it to do. We focus, we breathe, and remember this one's related to the root. Notice if you feel that correlation. You might. Good. Make it spicy, nice and big. We could be open right now in our sacred containers. Good. That's the word. We feel. All right, let's move on to, if you have your Reiki pages, I'm going to just get into a little bit about what Reiki is, how it feels for me. So again, back to the testimonials. So one of my testimonials was that I was at work and I had been Reiki attuned to all 3 levels, and I felt this burning pain in my belly's 2nd chakra. And it was so strong, I couldn't even tell where it was coming from. Okay. And I was literally on the floor, buckled over, and I immediately applied Reiki. And about 30 minutes later, I had no pain. And I carried on my merry way with the weekend and my usual play. Okay. I like to play. I went to the doctor that next week and I had burst an ovarian cyst and didn't know it. So, but if anyone has ever done that, that can be really painful. And so there was that Reiki story. The other one was I was fishing with my dad off the pier in Morro Bay, California, and we were using frozen shad, which is a type of bait. And, I baited my hook, we dropped it off the pier, and my fish came back to life. And was even bleeding in that area that I had with the hook. Cryogenics, maybe, who knows, but I'm sure it was maybe a mix, right? Yeah, sadly he did get eaten, but things like that. With my kids, we've like Reiki little ants that were in the freezer section at the store that got stuck, the little things like that. And working with animals is really beautiful, and it's a great way. And plants even, like every time I cut a piece of my plant, whether I'm, clearing the dead pieces or breaking off aloe for my face, which is my facial, I'm giving thanks to it, right? And so a really great way to honor things that you take from the earth is to give it a little Reiki, right? So let's talk about that. So in the Reiki manual, you'll see, I briefly talked about chakras. We got into it more depth in our chakra manual. You'll see on page 6, I have, like a keyword for each chakra is really useful for you to think of what it's associated with, right? So usually when we think of the root, we're thinking of, abundance issues, childhood wounds, right? Physical body. When we're getting into our belly, 2nd chakra, it's that sexuality and emotional stuff, right? The water element, right? The root is earth. Coming into our solar plexus, this is like power. Good keyword, power in all ways. Remember, we have a positive and negative polarity of each of these, right? So you can be excessive in your sexuality as well, right? Or under in it. Same with your power center, right? So when we're overusing to a point where it's draining us, you're going to feel that. However, you might also have a dominant chakra that's your vibe and your purpose. Okay, so for me, I do have a very yellow aura because my purpose is to teach. Okay, I'm glad I know my purpose. Okay, so then you move into heart. We think of love. We think of unconditional love. So we're not objectifying things. We are vibrating love in its truest form, right? But what's interesting is when we are in relationships and they project a love towards us, we feel so good because that is love that essentially comes from the Creator's eyes through them, right? So that's why that feels good, to feel the love here on the planet in relationships, and sure, you can connect to the divine. And you'll find, as you connect to more and more light, it might be hard because all that, letting all that love in, that could be a process, right? And then of course, throat is communication, but not just talking, but listening. Also beginning your spirit team communication here. All right. And then, third eye, we think of intuition, but it's also just knowing yourself, your inner knowing. And the crown is when we do the connection to source. As we know, as above, so below. So we're also connected to the earth. All right. Okay. Doing a nice little mix. And when we're doing self-treatments on ourselves now, it's good to pick a time of day. Okay. So maybe you're a morning person and you're going to give yourself, a little time to get up extra, and give yourself 15 minutes, let's say, for a Reiki session. Okay. Now, throughout this class, I want you to try to Reiki every day. All right. Eventually, it will become a habit, which is that 21 days. It's also said that 21 days is the amount of rocks that Usui threw, as he was getting his revelations. Usui, rediscovered Reiki, all right? These are keys that were already out there, but he brought it back to the planet, which was really beautiful, right? Took a while for it to get to the States, okay? Even today, there's people that, it needs to be like this and that. And, again, it's for everyone. We're all vibrating higher. And if we all had these healing tools, just think how the planet would be, right? Yeah. So as we're working on ourselves first, you might find, in the morning's good. This could be in meditation. This could be on your back in your bed before you get out of it. And even in a recliner, even if you want to be more relaxed, right? It could also be at night. It could be in the bathtub. You can also set up, and you will definitely by Reiki 2, your Reiki altar, which is going to have other ways for you to bring Reiki into your life, okay? Because we're going to eventually be sending it to the past and the future. I like to do morning and evening Reiki depending on what I'm sitting with, okay? But before I work on any others, I work on myself. Even if this is a Reiki meditation or visualization or a turning on of sorts, all right? And so when you're sleeping at night, you're going to find your palms are more open and you're not so clenched, and that you always have a hand somewhere on you. Okay. You're going to get used to doing that, because when you do, it's like connecting those battery cables and you're activating it. So why not fall asleep with your hands on yourself? You'll call on the energy, right? You'll go where you feel guided initially, especially if you're like, oh, mi cabeza, like if your head hurts or you need some immune support, right? Or if your back hurts, maybe you're more at the hips, or you can even just be at a leg or thigh, and that's going to get in that hip. Sometimes I'll lie on my side and I'll do what I call a sandwich. One hand on the front, one hand on the back. It's a little harder, of course, to get to the backs of some of these chakras here, right? And so ideally, we still feel it's going where it needs, and it does. So you can spend the time giving yourself the whole session as we have outlined, okay? with 2 hands on each chakra area. You have, when you learn Tai Chi and different things, you have this negative, positive polarities, right? We have our dominant, non-dominant. However, with Reiki, it'll switch up. It does its own thing depending on what's needed. Okay. And so you might be feeling that. And so I like using both hands in that area so it can do that push and pull. But it will work however it needs to. All right. It'll do its thing. Again, it's very guided. And you just have to show up and turn it on. All right. And so I might feel the left hand pulling more things out for me, and I am right-handed. And it's as if it's pulling out gunk. And when I stop feeling this energy of it sort of pulling and lifting, and then it'll go, and it'll fill up with the Reiki. And you'll see you are the person receiving. Breathe up, filling up with that light. You'll feel that shift, right? The key is that you're going to leave your hands in each spot for 3 to 5 minutes minimum. That's where people tend to move too quickly. Okay. And that's where it gets confused with massage. It is not. We do not manipulate tissue. We'll get more into legal stuff and ways to promote yourself. Okay. And how to be a rev. All right. Because those are, ways of protecting yourself too, whenever you're working on someone. Okay. But we don't manipulate tissue. And so you'll leave your hands in a spot as guided for yourself, right? We're just going to talk about ourselves. And when you feel like you're done, you'll move on. Okay. So if you spent the entire session as outlined in the book, it could be like a 35, 45-minute session, usually. And it's just a really beautiful way to bring love to yourself. And we'll get into all the hand positions in a moment. And then you can also do sort of a speedy session where I'll have one hand on one chakra, one on the other, and work myself in. Okay. You also can do everything at the heart, which is the axis of the entire system, and it will overflow as well, or have that be your intention. But do apply the energy every day. Okay? Even if it's just give yourself a hug. And I love that. I love even sleeping on my back with my arms up like this. If I get neck and shoulder issues, so my elbows will be straight up in the air, and that will just bring the energy all the way down to the feet. It's really good. But of course, initially we're always like, because our head energy needs to calm down. We have a tendency to overthink, overdo everything. Where, most of us are Americans, and, that's the American way as well, is to go, go, go harder, go harder, which is masculine. And then we have our feminine times where we're more in meditation, healing. Okay. So you find your balance. So this is a really great way to bring that in. Good. And then I'll teach you other ways that you can Reiki yourself in a quick way. So that's that. Okay, so ideally we're taking our hands to the third and second chakras to start. All right. This is allowing things to happen in the solar plexus, power center. The belly then is relaxing the emotions. Okay. It's also receptive. Good place to start And so now I'm just on page 7. If you did want to follow along, not necessary, but that's number 1. Number 2, you're going to call on your Reiki master in spirit. This is your Reiki guide. You might even know it by name, okay? Or you could just say, I call on my guides, right? And your higher self to assist. And then any other beings you work with, okay? Now, start off simply, call in source. If you have a general source, maybe your source has a name, because you'll find that as you go later on in your practice, you're going to be receiving more and more beings of light to where you have an awareness, and you'll be calling them in with more purpose. So say if you already work with Buddha or Kuan Yin or Archangel Michael, then it would make sense to call them in your sessions, okay? But you're going to find that they also work in your sessions in beautiful, miraculous ways, and they're all different in the way they work with people. So when I bring someone to my Reiki table or in spirit, and I'm perceiving their energy, okay, I'm going to call on the beings that are meant for them, or that I feel intuitively are meant for them today. And then it's almost like a Price is Right. Now come on down, so-and-so, and then you'll feel an energy. And you'll notice that energy. You'll notice that frequency. If you don't notice it so much, then there isn't a need for that particular vibe or being, or maybe that person or you just don't resonate with it at that point in time, because that can change, right? Okay. All right, moving on. So, and then number 3, it talks about at this point, you will then trace the Reiki symbols, and I'll be teaching those to you for our next class. The symbols are essentially amping your wattage and bringing in an intention. All right, we'll get to that. And then the Reiki energy, you ask for it to just flow at the highest frequency without doing harm. And Reiki doesn't do harm, but I find that everybody needs to allow it to flow in a way that works for them. Okay. And just like everything in life and every obstacle that's presented for us, nothing is too great that we can't handle. So when we just believe and trust and have faith that the energy is going to do its thing and that we're open to it, that's when you're going to see those greater results. But Reiki can't be used for harm. All right. At the very worst would be, it would maybe pull out a pain, like a toothache or something, and it literally brings things to the surface like a boiling pot and then fills it up. Okay. So we don't move our hands when we're feeling that. We keep them there. If ever I'm questioning that, I ask the guides, or hey, my body is getting uncomfortable here. Maybe your shoulders crimping or something, right? Ask to find relief in that issue so that you can channel more effectively. Or ask them to finish up the cycle. That's how I sense them, like these cycles that go up and down. There will be times where you'll be like, ooh, that felt good. I'm going to do another cycle and I'm going to hang out here for the remainder of my session. And that's okay too. Just know that it's going to fill up where is needed and have a little trickle effect to the area that also might be its polarity. And just then, once you've sort of activated, you turn it on. I call on the Reiki, I call on my guides, I do the symbols, I ask that it flow. You can simply say Reiki on, right? And then you begin with the hand positions. Yes, this is my children. So, yeah, so I mentioned with the hand positions, the areas that can cover, and how to use them on yourself effectively, right? But especially when we're working with others, there's certain areas where we don't want to smash the face and the sinuses so people can't breathe, or the throat. We don't want to ever touch breasts and genitals. So we have a lot of those rules in this Reiki 1 pages as well that we'll get into next class. But for you, touch yourself, all right? Like, don't be afraid to touch the breasts, your genital area, okay? Good. If you're at an airport, like, you all know what to do. And so, that first position, again, I sort of cup the hands. And so when you slightly cup the energy, you're going to begin to feel a little more the tension in between your face and the palms. Okay, so you'll sense that energy greater. And so because that head is buzzing and whatnot, you can cup here. Also, notice my thumbs, they're right in those little Frankenstein temple area. So this gets a lot of those points here. Okay, good. All right, and then if you wanted to get the back of this chakra, again, it's where the skull bones meet. You might feel a little tension there when you rub, right? This is what we also call the mouth of God. It gets sealed up in attunements. Okay, so maybe your hands are like so here. This obviously is a great one when you're lying down, right? I also like to do the sandwich. Oh yeah, get that whole cranium, right? Okay, good. Now we're practicing here. If we were doing a whole session, we'd be going slower. Okay. All right, moving on. When I do, my crown, where's my crown picture? When I do my crown, you could do both hands, right? You can interlace the fingers. This is also a yoga pose. And then you squat. And this helps you to keep your spine straight. But here we're more relaxed and we're allowing the energy to flow. Right? Or you got one hand crown and maybe on the third eye or wherever you feel guided. Okay. Maybe you're doing the root and crown. Okay, good. All right, and then you just move down the body, right? And now we're coming into throat. I like to create a little butterfly here, relaxed. I like to get up into the jaw, backs of ears with the fingers. Oh, this one made me want to take a deep breath. And so, of course, we have lots of glands and stuff in here and lymph that we're moving down. And so if we were to get into the back of throat, okay, taking the hands towards the back, we would pull forward and then down the sides of neck, right into that collarbone. And pull it towards heart. That's your lymph right there. This is going to remove even puffiness from the face. All right, so maybe your activated Reiki hands are working also the back of throat here, right? Pulling a little here. Notice that tension. Our head is like a bowling ball, like 10 pounds, right? And we go around town, James Brown, all wonka wonkada, or sometimes we're moving forward in our lives and our head is guiding and we're misaligned, right? Or we're up here pinching. So yeah, pay attention. Coming into throat, however that feels for you. It's another one that's easy to see. Heart. You might even do the T here. Great one to do on people, of course. Getting the upper thymus, high heart, and the mid. Or to here, coming also to lymph, which gets into armpits, breasts, nipples. You can also sort of sandwich your back girls, okay? Now let's just say you're Reiki. Oh, sound is weird. Can you hear me now? All right, give me 1 second. Let me just see if I need. Let me know if you can hear me now. Get the chats. It's still muffled. All right, just do a little refresh. Okay, can you hear me now? Let me get closer. Let me know if it gets torquey jerky. All right, so we're just moving down the body. Notice my hands. Can you hear me now? What is it? Mercury calendar. Come on. So we're moving down the body, right? Allow that heart energy to flow, and then you come into solar plexus. All right, I'm not giving up. Hold on, guys. Okay. Take 2. Is that any better? I just told my kids to get on Wi-Fi in case that was it as well. Okay, they are now. Let me see that. All right. Okay, just stay right there. I'm gonna log on and off. Okay, no big deal. How's that? Come on. I feel like it's working now. Let me know so I can continue. Good. All right. Yay. All right. I don't give up. Okay. All right. So we're moving down the body. Okay. So it's it's elementary, right? You're just hitting those chakras, right? Going down, you might do a little sandwich here in the hips. Okay. And then, you get those Reiki infused hands and you might just stroke it down the arms, pulling it out each finger. That feels really nice. Or maybe you need to hang out on a shoulder, elbow, wrist. When you burn your hands and you apply Reiki, it like takes care of it so fast. The quicker you can apply Reiki, the quicker you don't have to deal with stuff, for sure. That's why when you do your sessions every day, like you don't have to get sick. It's amazing. All right. And then when we get into the legs, okay, I might sandwich a hip again. I might work on a thigh, and then you're just pulling it out. See, feel, and know. Or maybe I'm sandwiching a knee or a foot, right? So you work on those areas of need, but ideally we're getting the whole chakra full wells. Whew, I'm getting hot. I think it's attunement time. All right, let's see what else. And then as you end your session, so, kidneys is a really great place to go to, back in here. Every time it goes out, it keeps muting me. That's what I'm figuring out. So I'm here. So to end your session, you do little sweeps, right? This is another way of getting a quick session, right? Turn on your Reiki palms, sweep it out, okay? Do a little dance, all right? And I come back to my center. I thank the guides. I ask that the Reiki continue to flow at the highest frequency. I got a little thing here where I say, I ask that it heal my top with my bottom, my right with my left, my yin with my yang, right? Or you can simply say, thank you. Thank you. Amen. All right. So the very last page of your Reiki manual that I gave you talked about a breath. So let's take a quick break. Take a big potty break because we're going to get into the attunement. All right. Make sure you have your water. I'm going to make sure everything's okay in my world and everybody's off the Wi-Fi. And we're going to go into a really deep meditation. So I want you to feel super comfortable. So make sure your bladder is empty and you're hydrated and such. Okay. All right. I found the problem. Somebody was watching Hulu. Okay. Let me know when you're all back. I'm really excited for this. We are going to do a burning ritual for all of you. I got to do one for myself. Good. I have everyone's name on the bay leaf, and now I'm taking a gold Sharpie and bringing lots of good vibes to everyone's names. Okay. Good. Can you see me now, Dory? Mercury's giving us some grief before it goes away, huh? Let me know if you're here. Okay. You're here? Okay, you see me? Okay, good. So what I've done is I have everyone's name on a bay leaf, and I'm going to be burning them. And as I do, I'm going to call out your name, and you're going to see, feel, and know that all negative energy is burning away from you, including cords from others. All right. And we'll do a little guided journey to remove that further. And then I'm going to take you into your relaxation meditation. And then into your meeting your Reiki Master and Spirit meditation. And then the attunement, or I will again call out your name and let you know that you're receiving. Okay? Good. All right. So the breath that you're going to do that's going to assist me in this process is the dragon's breath. It's called the Huyen. It has lots of names. Tingles. Oh, good. And so if you recall, remember when we pulled up the root chakra and we took those big breaths that we were practicing and we had our tongue behind the front teeth? When you pull up the root and you have the tongue behind the front teeth, you're creating that circuit of energy around the front and back, okay? So you're going to assist me in the attunement by doing that breath with me, okay? And so we pull up the root. We take a kidney breath here, inhale. And then as you exhale, the tongue's just rattling behind the front teeth, and it's like fast without the A. Good. Do it again. Pull up the root, big kidney breath. Release. Good. And I'll be putting symbols in the attunement into your crown, into your heart, all the way down your spine and into your hands. So you'll be sitting with palms up. Okay, ideally, spirit knows they'll fix any mistakes. Okay, no worries. All right, good. Okay, so I want you to ground and center. And I'm hoping we don't need a fire extinguisher today. All right, burning away any negative energy around me. Just got to start with a teacher. Good, letting that go. Excellent. All right, putting some golden light on all of Rachel's wounds. Burning away any negative energy now around Rachel. A little stuck, keeping it going. Let it go. I'm sending you guys this ritual too, by the way. Good. All right, calling on Shelly. Shelly's higher self and being. Removing all negative energy. Your guides are assisting. Nice big bay leaf for you, Shelly. Lots of lifetimes of removal here. Come on. There we go. Good. All right. Calling on Aaron. Aaron's higher self, his being, his guides. Giving that lots of golden light. Burning away anything that no longer serves you now. Woo, howdy. Taking it to the highest light. Nice and swift, easily and effortlessly. Amen, brother. All right. Calling on Ricky's higher self. Good. Allowing your being to assist, your guides, removing any negative energy around you now. Burning it up to the light, easily and effortlessly. Amen, brother. Okay. Next we have Teresa. Teresa. See, feel, and know. Removing all negative energy around you now. Around your home, families, all is well. Amen, sister. All right. Okay. John. Removing all negative energy around you, John. Calling your higher self. Woo, here we go. Calling on your beings of light. Sending it to the light. Amen, brother. Easily and effortlessly. Sending it to the light. Good. Calling on Dory. Dory's higher self and guides. Sending all negative energy to the light. Anything that you've picked up from others even. Sending it away. Good, good, good. Easily and effortlessly. Amen. All right, Lorelai. Lots of golden light for you. Burning away any negative energy that's in your field, attached to you now, letting it go to the highest light. Amen, sister. Amen. Kyoko. Burning away all negative energy. Let your higher self assist. Call on your guides. Call on whomever works for you. Dragoness. Let it go. Sending it to the light. All negative energies being removed from you now. Amen, sister. Amen. Daniela. Calling on your higher self and your beings of light, removing any negative energy around you now. Two-parter here. Come on. There we go. All lifetimes. Amen. Let it go. A little stubborn. It's okay. There we go. All right. Amanda, calling on your higher self. Calling on your guides, your beings of light to assist removing all negative energy from you now. Let it go. Let it go. See, feel, and know. Exhale it out. All the chakras, everyone. Let it go. Jennifer, calling on your higher self and guides. Allow this to occur. Releasing all negative energy off your being now. Whoa, that really wanted to go. Woo, one more. Miss Janine. Calling on your higher self and guides, removing all negative energy around you, within you, in your home, your work, your space. Ooh, you had a double leaf that just opened up. Crazy. All right, good. Closing your eyes, everyone. The ritual is complete as we move on to our meditation. Getting really relaxed now. Taking a deep breath, hold it a moment, close your eyes. Let your breath out slowly and completely. Just letting go. Letting go so much. that you have faith and trust in the energy around you, knowing you're always protected. Allowing all the muscles around your eyes now to relax completely. Relax your eyes so much that they just don't open. Pretend your eyes won't open. Relax them. And now when you're sure they are relaxed, test your eyes to make sure they are relaxed. If they are, they just won't open. Good. Now take another deep breath. Hold it. Exhale it slowly, letting that same relaxation in your eyes go all the way down to your toes. Let go completely. Use your imagination. Now get ready to go beyond yourself. From this point on, let all outside noise increase your attention on my voice. Relax your toes completely. Concentrate your attention in your feet, then let it go. All the muscles in your legs, concentrate on relaxing them now. Your lower legs, your upper legs. Now concentrate on relaxing your hips, your lower abdomen, your low back, your stomach. Relaxing your mid back and stomach, your upper back and chest. Still able to hear me very clearly, just very relaxed. Relaxing all the muscles in your neck, your shoulders now. Relaxing your arms all the way down to your fingertips. Now concentrate on relaxing your jaw. Just let it hang. Relax it freely. Relax your tongue. Relax all the muscles in your face, your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, your eyelids, everything behind your eyes, including your forehead. You're even deeply more relaxed now. Aware of what I'm saying, just more relaxed, as if you're sinking, relaxing all the muscles, the tension, let it go. Let's concentrate on mental relaxation for a moment. I'm going to count down from 100 to 98. And when I get to 98, you're going to relax even deeper. Here we go. I will count for you. 100. Now double your relaxation. Just let go. 99. Double again your relaxation. Now even more relaxed. Let it go. 98. Double one more time this relaxation. Good. Now just let the numbers vanish. Completely aware of your surroundings, just very intent on my voice. And I want you to repeat after me the following affirmation. In the province of the mind, I am unlimited. In the province of the mind, I am unlimited. In the province of the mind, I am unlimited. Good. And now it's time to raise your vibration with positive thoughts and light. You're going to surround yourself with a beautiful white light, but first I want you to grow it in your heart. So focus on your heart center, taking deep breaths there. And as you exhale, you're going to let your heart light expand. Let this white light grow around you. It represents truth, forgiveness, and your ideal concept of spirit and all that is good. Surround yourself in the beautiful protective white light now. Picture the white light growing, increasing. Feel its warmth and purity. Allow it to extend and to radiate outside of your heart so that it envelops your entire body now, completely surrounding you in a cocoon of vibrant white light. You may actually see it, feel it, or sense it, or know, but all you need to do is know that it is there and it'll always be with you. You now have the protective white light around you so that your subconscious mind is open to suggestions that are helpful and beneficial to you. Bathe yourself in the white light. Notice that you are light. You are pure spirit beyond time and space. Feel your light extending. Emanate your light into infinity. You are pure light, unconditional, pure love, pure compassion, pure forgiveness. You are beyond the beyond. You are one with the universe. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to see yourself in the center of your head, behind your eyes, in a circular room. So take your awareness there. And in this circular room, there's doors and windows that lead out to many sides. One of these doors leads to your Reiki master in spirit, your Reiki guide. Now I want you to walk up to one of these doors. Notice what it looks like. Notice its shape and how it opens. And I want you to write on it, Reiki guide, or put a symbol on it so you always know that this door leads to your Reiki master in spirit. So on the count of 3, I want you to enter this door. And as you enter this door, you're going to go through this beautiful hallway. Ready? 1, take a deep breath. 2, allow it to happen. 3, step through the door. Feel the unconditional love in this hallway. You might see glittery, sparkly fairy dust. You might hear sounds. You might feel harp singing or choirs, or you might just know. Good. And you're going to go all the way down this hallway to another door. And you know without a doubt that when you open this door, your Reiki master in spirit, your guide will be there on the other side, ready to greet you. 1, allow it to happen. 2, know that you are worthy of it. 3, open the door, step through the doorway, the threshold, and be filled with your guide. Notice how you perceive them or feel them. It might be an energy, it might be a tone. You might shake their hand or give them an embrace. If it keeps changing form, ask it to choose a shape. Now ask how it feels about you taking the step into Reiki. Ask what its responsibilities are going to be in working with you. Ask how you can work with it in the easiest manner possible. See what comes up for you. Now I want you to ask to have it assist me in attuning you to level 1. Ask it what its name is or what it would like to be called. Now ask anything you want to ask while you're there with your Reiki guide. And as you sit in this sacred space, I will be attuning each one of you by name. Platooning Jennifer now. Taking big Qigong breaths. Working on Daniela now. Calling on your higher self to assist. Big Qigong breath. Calling on Amanda now and your higher self. Big Qigong breath. Calling on Shelly now and your higher self. Big Qigong breath. Calling on Dory now and your higher self. Big Qigong breath. Calling on Ricky now and your higher self. Big Qigong breath. Calling on Lorelei now and your higher self. Big Qigong breath. Calling on Rachel now and your higher self. Good. Big Qigong breath. Good. Calling on Erin and your higher self. Big Qigong breath. Calling on John now and your higher self. Good. Big Qigong breath. Calling on Kyoko and your higher self. Big Qigong breath. Calling on Janine and your higher self. Big Qigong breath. And calling on Teresa, your higher self. Big Qigong breath with me. And I've sent all your spirits back to your beings. And now I'm going to have you take 3 deep breaths. As you breathe, you're going to breathe in that Reiki 1 energy down to your cells, knowing it down to your core. Here we go. Take your first deep breath. Breathe in that Reiki energy down to your cells. Exhale, reprogramming every cell down to your DNA to be Reiki 1 degree. Ready? And again, inhale. Exhale, reprogramming down to the DNA, all that Reiki 1 energy. One more time, breathe it in. Good, and now you're fully attuned to the Reiki 1 energy. Down to your cells. Good. I'm going to count from 1 to 3 again, and when I get to 3, you'll be wide awake, fully alert, feeling wonderful, knowing every cell of your being has been attuned to 1st degree Reiki. 1, every cell down to the DNA is attuned now to 1st degree Reiki. 2, it's a matter of allowing that to happen, knowing that it's happened, honor that it's happened. 3, awake, feeling wonderful, stretch your arms, wiggle your toes. Ooh, now my toes are tingling. Now I want you to take your Reiki activated hands now, bring them to your 3rd and 2nd chakras, calling on your higher self and guides to assist in allowing the Reiki to flow now. Ask that it flow at the highest frequency possible for you today. Now taking your non-dominant hand, I want you to start at the top of your head, your crown area, and you're going to just scan over the front of your body as you pass over your chakra line. Go really slow. I want you to see, feel, and know where there might be an area of need that we're going to work on right in this very moment. And then later you'll do your full treatment. Good. So pick an area of need. Take both hands to that area. Grounding in your feet again. This will help to anchor in the energy. Ask that the Reiki flow at the highest frequency without doing any harm. Ask your guides to assist. And now I want you to relax into the energy. Let go of the need for it to flow and just be in it. Continuing with your deep breaths, as you exhale, you might see, feel, and know that you're exhaling out your hands to assist in allowing your brain to open up to the energy. Imagine you're the open vessel for the energy and it's just pouring into your crown, pouring into your being now, filling up the heart, overflowing back up into the arms, coming out the hands. Imagine you're like a waterfall flowing or a fountain. The river, she is flowing, flowing and growing. The river, she is flowing to the sea. A couple minutes on this chakra, allowing yourself to go where your mind would like. But if it wanders and you want to bring it back, focus on the inhale and exhale. deeper the breath, the deeper you're taking it into the deeper layers of yourself. And see, feel, and know that this chakra has received all it needs at this point in time. And now moving on to another part of the body, again, taking that non-dominant hand, and you might go to an area of need, taking both hands there. And now I want you to, once we've turned on the Reiki, it will flow. But just to remind your mind, I want you to ask again that Reiki flow at the highest frequency. Allow the breath to continue to fill you up, exhaling out the hands. See, feel, and know that you're filling up this area. And even letting go of the need for it to happen, and just allow it to happen. And in time, you'll get to recognize the frequency, which will feel different depending on your needs. Good. Continue with your big breaths. You can get dizzy, think of your feet, see, feel, and know that all these beings of light are surrounding you. They're surrounding behind you, around the sides of you, and blessing in front of you. And they're so grateful that you've taken the time for this experience, that you've opened yourself up to all of your potential, portion of our percentage anyway, with our Reiki 1 energy today. And you might inhale, think of a color, exhale, deepen the color. You can also inhale a spiral. Whatever visualization might work for you to keep focusing on the energy. And time, it'll become easier. And notice the areas where you're turning on, perhaps another part of it. Let that river flow. Maybe think the song, be the waterfall. Allowing any energy you don't need to flow out and down the legs. Sense this. Good. And as you continue in this position, I'm being called to do a chant to the goddess. It's called the Gayatri. Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Sealing your session with love and light. You do the strokes on your beans, sending it down. If there's anything else, if you feel anything like I do, you might be a little buzzed or out of body. Take it down. You can literally grab your feet with your hands. And we thank our guides and our higher selves, all the ascended masters, and beings of higher light that have assisted us here today. Yeah, and so it is. And I'm going to stop the recording. And feel free to stay.